Good morning, guys. I'm gonna be quiet because it's 6:30 and people are sleeping, but this is exactly how I've been starting my morning out every morning for the last 2 weeks. Now, this routine has completely changed my life. I start with a banana because it helps me on my runs in the morning. I have my pre-workout and I get into the Word of God and I pray throughout, but also at the end. Let's get into this next, however long, before we head out for our run. All right, so we finished our Bible study, so now we're gonna go get ready for our run this morning. So yeah, we'll go do that, and then we'll head out the door. The next part of my routine is running 2 miles every morning. So we are at a park, and we are gonna get to our run. All right, so we're at 1.5 miles. This morning, because we are on week 3, my right calf is pretty tight. So it's starting to kind of hurt to run, but I'm not like over pushing it, but I am still running as much as I can without it, being in extreme pain. But I'm gonna keep pushing and finish out this 1/2 mile. All right, so there's our 2 miles. My right leg is super tight right now. So when I get home, I'm gonna make sure to stretch it out, roll it out, all that good stuff, because I don't want it to stop me from being able to run tomorrow or the rest of the week. So yeah, we're gonna go catch up to my wife, and I'll finish walking her 2 miles with her. All right, so we're back home. We're running a little late today, but that's okay. Now we have a gym workout. Once we finish the workout, we'll shower and we'll get started on breakfast. All right, cool. So let's go over our times for the week. So Monday, we had another park run. Again, not my favorite, but we did it. I ran that in 24 minutes and 35 seconds. So that means my first mile was ran in 11 minutes and 28 seconds, and my second mile was in 13 minutes and 1 second. Deep sigh is not because it's 6:14 in the morning. The deep sigh is because my dog woke me up at 4:30 this morning. And the one thing about me is, if I wake up, I cannot go back to sleep. So I've been up since 4:30, which is probably the hardest part about like this routine is when I'm not getting enough sleep. It's so hard to get through the day. But it is what it is. Back with our pre-workout, back with our banana, and it's time to get into the Word of God. Let's get to this run. All right, we're back out here. It is time to get our 2 miles in for this morning. And yeah, we're running our normal track. So hopefully I'm not too distracted and I can get these 2 miles done quickly. All right, we're back home. We finished our 2 miles. So now it's time to get into our workout and start our day. All right, so we showered, got breakfast. Same thing as yesterday. I do it every single morning, except this morning, no coffee because our Wi-Fi's out. So we're gonna go to a coffee shop and work from there. So we're gonna eat coffee later, but I'm gonna eat this first and then we're gonna head out the door. Tuesday, we ran our typical route, and I did that in 21 minutes and 53 seconds. Now, this was my fastest 2 miles to date. I shaved 53 seconds off. So my first mile was 9 minutes and 41 seconds, and my second mile was 12 minutes and 8 seconds. All right, good morning. Banana, pre-workout, Word of God. Let's get to it. All right, so we finished with our time in the Word and prayer and all that good stuff. Now we're gonna get ready and head out the door. All right, good morning. We are here, we're out here. We're ready to get our 2 miles in and just get started with this morning. I will say it feels a little bit more humid today, so I feel like it's like the air feels thicker. So I've always noticed when it's like that, it's tougher for me to run, but it is what it is. No more excuses. Let's go. All right, so I finished that first mile up. One of my slowest times in a while, but I kind of had a feeling. When I was passing my wife, one of the times I told her I'm not feeling it today. So just trying to push myself through it, trying to keep myself honest and doing the miles, but yeah, not feeling it this morning, but it is what it is. So we finished the workout, finished the run, time to eat breakfast, and then once again, there's still a Wi-Fi outage, so we gotta go to a coffee shop. So no coffee this morning until we get there. Wednesday, my total run time was 24 minutes and 37 seconds. And my first mile, I ran in 10 minutes and 49 seconds. So my second mile was 13 minutes and 45 seconds. Morning. So as you can see, we are running behind this morning, but have our pre-workout, have our banana, and we're gonna get into the Word of God, and then we're gonna get to a run. All right, we're out here. We are gonna get to our 2 miles. Today, I'm looking for it to be better, but if not, that's also okay. So let's get to it. Awesome, great. So we're back from the run, workout, showered, all that good stuff. Got breakfast. Today I do have coffee, even though our Wi-Fi's out. We're gonna go into the office and work there because I at least can get Wi-Fi there. So that's what we're gonna do today. So let's eat, drink our coffee, and then we'll head out the door. Thursday was a bit better. It was my second fastest 2 miles by 34 seconds. So that means we ran it in 22 minutes and 1 second. And breaking that down, that was 10 minutes and 5 seconds for the first mile, and 11 minutes and 46 seconds for the second mile. Good morning. Banana. Drink. And Word of God. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into our morning. Now, part of my routine that I haven't talked about, I don't think I've talked about, and if I have, I'll cut this out, but is journaling what I've read in the Bible. And I do that because it helps me remember things. It helps me make a connection. It helps me just be able to understand it better. So I find it very important that I'm journaling and writing down what I've just read about. So that's part of my Bible reading process. So with that, let's get into it. All right, cool. We're out here on day 5, ready for our 2 mile run. Yesterday was a good day. Hopefully today's gonna be a good day. Let's get to it. All right, so that's mile 1 done. And not to make any excuses, but it's 7 in the morning and I'm already sweating like crazy. Florida is not fun to run in. Now, I haven't run anywhere else, but what the heck, man. I didn't think I'd be this sweaty already, but let's get to mile 2. All right, so we're back from our run. I skipped the gym today because I just don't feel like it, but we have our breakfast, which I added something new. I added a hash brown to it. I have my coffee, and we are gonna eat this, and then we're gonna go back into the office today, and I'm doing some remodeling in there, so that's what we're doing. So yeah, that's what my day looks like. So for Friday, it was 23 minutes and 30 seconds. And breaking that down, my first mile was 11 minutes and 13 seconds. And my second mile was 12 minutes and 15 seconds. Let's talk about Saturday. Saturday, I'm gonna be honest, I did not run. And the reason I didn't run it is because we were busy Saturday. We woke up early. We had a lot of things to do Saturday, so I simply couldn't run. And so yeah, I didn't run Saturday. But I'm also kind of okay with it because that's my first day off in over a month. So I'm kind of okay that I didn't run Saturday. It really gave my body a good 2-day rest. So we're gonna get back out Monday and see how we do.